Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to show you something that can transform how we can handle safety in our facility. I'm going to demonstrate an AI-powered EHS system that can reduce incident investigation time from 3 to 4 days down to just 3 minutes while actually improving the quality and consistency of investigations. I know that sounds dramatic, but in the next 30 minutes, you will see how it is going to change in real time with an actual incident, the benefits of automation. The problem we are going to solve, I'm not going to create an hypothetical scenario or something. I'll just try to walk through with you, saying, for example, I want to search with the Perplexity, for example. I'm going to open Perplexity browser. And I'm going to put something saying that can you provide a key facts about the time taken while doing the EHS incident investigation? I have asked the system. You can clearly see there are many pieces of information that it takes 2 to 5 days. It has a moderate cases. Regulatory agencies may further extend to 30 days. The data collection delays, root cause complexity, cross-functional coordinations, timeliness, skill gaps, systematic pressures, technological fragmentation. There are so many factors which actually create delays in the investigation. To summarize, a typical example could be Rahul is there, for example. He actually spends 2 to 3 days on each incident investigation. He has to manually review past incidents, search through 200 pages of safety manuals, interview witnesses, write reports. During that time, he is not doing any other productive safety work. Similarly, when it comes to information, the safety documents are scattered everywhere. SharePoint, file cabinets, people's computers, everything. Finding the right procedure takes approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes we find conflicting information, which might also further delay. So, for example, similarly, when Suresh was there, he was the expert in incident investigation. He retired just last week, and you find your safety knowledge walk out of the door. We keep having same types of incidents because we don't easily see a pattern or we don't have that kind of data to analyze the patterns or the tools. Similarly, the investigation quality depends on the person. Like you don't have Suresh all the time. You and the investigation quality depends on the knowledge, the person who is doing that one. And new safety members might take a lot of time to actually get up to speed. So, what if we give everyone access to an expert advisor who works 24 by 7? What if we could cut investigation times by 99% while actually improving the quality? That's what I'm going to demonstrate today in our right now demonstration. What I'll demonstrate, I'm going to demonstrate a scenario which is a much more routine in every industrial setup. That is, we walk through a real incident scenario from start to finish. We have immediate emergency response in 30 seconds, safety procedure retrieval in less than 5 seconds, historical pattern analysis in 10 seconds, automated investigation in 22 minutes, 2 minutes, and professional report generation in 30 seconds. Total time about 3 minutes for what normally takes 3 to 4 days. This is a live demonstration. I have not made up anything. You will see how the AI works in real time. I will show you exactly what it is going to do at each stage or each step. And you can ask questions in the comments and I'll respond. And we may have further detailed discussion, detailed session as we proceed. So the live demonstration follows. For the live demonstration, let me go back to my Jupyter notebook, which I have created. There are multiple scenarios, chatbot, rack system, compliance, incident, like that. For the initial demonstration today, I'm going to work with EHS AI system quick start demo end-to-end demonstration. In say for example, this was a scenario of January 2024, production line a worker had caught a press machine during the operation. The machine guard has been removed and he was not aware of that one and it wasn't replaced. The worker reached in while the machine was running. He is bleeding but conscious and in pain. This is unfortunately a realistic scenario, right? Now let us see how AI system can handle it. So what I'm going to do that one, I'm going to go back to my initial thing. I'm going to run through the system and I say that run through the immediate response and I can provide. The first thing I'm going to do is we need emergency response, which is immediate, accurate guidance. What happens next? Let's watch it. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to go through and activate my code on the LangChain. Don't worry about the code. It's why how it is doing that one. I'm going to demonstrate that one. I'm going to do that one, and it's successfully initiated. Then I'm going to do a immediately safety response. That is what actually we supposed to do. That kind of scenario where you can see that you are an emergency response EHS expert. Provide immediate actions for our incident. That incident is worker had caught in press machine, bleeding, conscious, and in pain. So what you're supposed to do? You click on that one. It goes to the rack system, goes to that one. It tells you stop the machine immediately to prevent further injury. Call emergency services for medical assistance. Apply pressure to the wound to control bleeding. Keep the worker calm and reassure them while waiting for help to arrive. Do not attempt to remove the hand from the machine without proper guidance. It sounds realistic, right? It sounds actually the right procedure, right immediate safety response we're supposed to get when we get into that kind of scenario. So that actually shows you the AI is analyzing the incident description, pulling from its knowledge of all the emergency response protocols, and in less than 30 seconds, we have a priority list of emergency actions. The highlights you can clearly see: stop the mission, call the medical help, apply first aid, secure the scene, and notify the supervisor. So this is what we actually would take 5 to 10 minutes to look up on our emergency response manual, and new employees especially struggle with this. Now it's an instant and always correct. Of course, we are not replacing human judgment. This is a decision support. But having instant access to correct procedure can save lives. This is what is the first step of immediate safety response, which we demonstrated. Now let me check the second kind of scenario. What is supposed to do is retrieval of safety procedures. For example, now we have immediate emergency is handled. Next, we need to understand our procedures, how AI is searching the database, going through our safety documents. Let's watch that one. Let me do that one. We loaded our safety documents into a vector database. That's 8 documents here. But in production, we could have entire safety manual library, hundreds of thousands of the documents. And let's run this information. So you can clearly see here the system is going to search safety documents. It's going to create a vector data store for the embeddings, then create a rag chain and answer the question, especially around what are the incident reporting requirements, what are the machine guarding requirements. If you want to understand that one, you click on this one and execute it. Now, and system is going through your safety retrieval process. And the AI is doing, we call that semantic search. It understands the meaning, not just keywords, and it can find you the relevant procedures even if we don't use exact same words. That's the beauty of what is going to happen. Now let us see how the incident has responded. You can clearly see the safety procedures lookup has worked. And to the question of what are the incident reporting requirements, it highlighted that the incident reporting requirements include reporting all injuries immediately, providing first aid or medical attention, securing the scene, notifying supervisor and EHS, not disturbing evidence, and completing an incident report within 24 hours. And what are the machine guarding requirements? The machine guarding requirements are guard must prevent contact with dangerous parts, must be secure and not easily removable, must not interfere with operation, so on. So you can clearly see that accurate information is pulled from our accurate procedures. And notice it tells us that the key steps notify supervisor, secure scene, complete report within 24 hours. And to the machine guarding requirements, you can clearly see it immediately see the guards must be prevent to contact, be secure, and removing guards requires lockout and tagout. In a traditional investigation, Rahul might would have spent 30 minutes flipping through manuals, searching for SharePoint that might taken further, but this takes hardly 5 minutes and is always accurate because it is pulling from official documentation. Now we got this information. Let me do another thing. Now that we get a really powerful, the system remembers every incident we have had. Watch what it finds. For example, it is going to search through the incidents of databases, go through the similar incidents, and tells you which incident has happened already in the past and how this is going to fit into that one. Look, I'm going to execute this in this incident also. I'm going to run this one, and you can clearly see that there are three incidents which have previously happened with machine safety. The incident like somebody caught their finger in stamping press, guard was stopped and open, head injury from press machine during maintenance, and operator almost touched moving parts of press. So the previous incidents at production line 2 are the similar kind of incidents where a near miss operator almost touched moving parts of the press. So the pattern of the analysis also it based on the analysis based on the incidents. It analyzed the incidents. It gave you the evidence that there are systematic issues in the machinery maintenance procedures in the workplace, and the guard and the stamping press was not properly open or the work done. You can clearly see your pattern of analysis has been done in a systematic manner, and overall the in similar incidents, pattern, and analysis it could demonstrate. So, what are the key findings? It tells you that some August in the month of August, somebody fingers caught in stamping press. November head injury happened. January near miss happened, and then it tells you the aha moment. That is, this is critical. It emphasizes we have a pattern. This isn't a one-off incident. We have three incidents with the press machines in the past 6 months. Two of them specifically involved in guards being removed or bypassed. Then comes your point of pattern analysis and observation section. And here, look, AI recognizes the pattern, identifies systematic issues like medicine guards are being removed and not replaced, possible training gaps, lack of enforcement or guarding procedures, and this boils down to a key message. This kind of pattern recognition is really impossible with our current incident systems. Incidents are documented separately, filed away. Maybe someone remembers something similar, maybe may not. Now AI sees the pattern. It immediately tells you we have a bigger problem to fix. Since we understood this pattern, now let's go to the investigation workflow. Now that we are getting to investigation itself, this is where the AI realcy shines. We are going to run a complete investigation workflow. That includes severity classification, root cause analysis, and corrective action development. The workflow has four steps: classify the severity, identify the root causes by using 5 methods, generate corrective actions, and complete investigation. Now, let me run that one for you. You can clearly see here: classify the severity using 5 Ys to identify root causes, then identify your specific corrective actions like that. So let me run this one as well and show you how the investigation is run and how the severity 5 root causes generated corrections are being generated. You can clearly see that information as well. So here it takes 2 minutes to provide you the investigation report, which you can clearly see. You can clearly see that severity is critical, identified 5 root causes, generated corrective actions. The investigation is completed. And now, if you want to generate that investigation report so that you can have a look of that generated report, you can proceed further. But this is what exactly the types of root causes a senior safety professional would identify. But instead of taking 2 to 3 days of investigation and input reviews, we have them in less than 2 minutes. Corrective action sections and the actions for the industry best practices like immediately implement mandatory lockout, tagout, short term retain all your operators and retrain on them on machine guarding, long term instill a presence of sensing as a backup. So you can clearly see that how it organizes by time frame, immediate, short term, and long term. This is exactly how we structure corrective actions in our OSHA reports. So this is what is the one. Now let's see a professional incident investigation report. Finally, we need an investigation report for OSHA, record keeping management review for all our files. Watch this. The AI is working. It's talking to what everything what we learned, the incident details, the root cause, the corrective actions, and the historical context, and generating you a comprehensive report in a proper format. So what happens? You just see. I'll try to run through that one. You can clearly see You can clearly see the investigation report with the date, incident, the location, the executive report saying that on date, worker hand was caught in a press machine on production line 2 due to machine guard being removed for cleaning and not replaced. The severity of the incident was critical, highlighting the need for immediate action and so on. Then it had incident description. Then it identifies your incident findings. The machine guard was removed. Then it does a create detailed root cause analysis. It does your corrective actions, long-term actions, preventive recommendation, and indeed demonstrated. So you can clearly scroll through this report and you can understand that this is a completely professional investigation reports with point out sections like executive summary, good for your management, incident description, which is clear and factual, your investigation findings, detailed and thorough, your root cause analysis that are proper methodology, corrective actions, immediate and long term, preventive recommendation, that is systematic recommendations has been proposed. So you can clearly see that Suresh might have spent or Rahul might have spent 4 to 6 hours writing this report. The AI took it in 30 minutes, 30 seconds, and look at the quality. It's comprehensive, well organized, and ready to submit. But there lies a human in AI loop which needs to go through and correct that one. That's a different workflow. That is what is called n8n workflows, which I'll try to demonstrate in some time later. So now we are saying that Rahul should just submit this without review. No, she needs to verify details and interview notes, maybe just findings. But instead of starting from scratch, now Rahul is editing a 90% complete report. That's the difference between a 4 hours and 30 minutes. That's what is going to happen. So with this demonstration, what we handled, initial response used to take 5 to 10 minutes. The AI assisted is taking 30 seconds, a time save of 90%. Document search 50 to 30 minutes, AI assisted is 5 seconds, 99% save. History review 1 to 2 hours, 10 seconds, 99% save. Investigation 2 to 3 days, it is 2 minutes and it is taking 99%. Report writing 4 to 6 hours, it is 30 minutes, 99% time saved. So total overall 3 to 4 days is now boiled down to 3 minutes with 99% of time saved. The key benefits, minutes saved instead of days, consistency, the same quality every time, the completeness, nothing is overlooked, learning, it improves at each incident, accessibility, it is 24 by 7 availability, cost, it's a significant cost savings. Now I can go through the details of each of the notebooks for deep dives, but I'll try to reserve this one later. But for now, I say that 3 minutes versus 3 to 4 days is what, that's not sacrificing quality. We actually improved quality through consistently and pattern recognition and a comprehensive analysis. Thank you for your time and look forward to demoing something similar scenario and in depth maybe all other chatbot, RAG system, compliance, notebook, RAG chain and others. Before I close, I also have other types of systems I demoed with a root cause. I can say local 8502. You can clearly see a front end for your incident. Instead of you trying to enter that information, I created a front end system which can report incident analysis, it can do incident description, and you can do incident analysis, and you can create you the analysis of incident. Whatever you have seen there, it can provide you that kind of analysis with a user interface. This is the front end called the 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 Python based the front end. The back end is what is our Docker based containers running for different types of things. You can clearly see. Saying this one, I say thank you very much for your time. Look forward to talking to you again.